Sorry.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This calendar with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 607, for comics originally releasing January the 12th and January the 13th. Before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming week, Drew, we're going to do something a little bit different here this week, aren't we, brother?
Yeah, we're a little bit. We got to take care of some feedback and some things that came in last week that I ignored, and I shouldn't have. Was a lot of folks asking, "How's Kyle? How's his family? How's the COVID situation?" So
alive and well. We've beaten everything back. We're back to good. We're out of quarantine. We've taken our antibodies and our months of supposed ability to wear it off a second, get of it or whatever. We should be immune, and we're just we're doing well now.
Fantastic. Patrick Enhoff wants to know, hey, I listen to the podcast like I always do on Saturdays, and notice you questioned some of the titles on the sales list. X-Men 13 and Cable both had first appearances for X of Swords. Also, those timeless variants from Ross, Spidey 49 was Legacy 850. Spawn 311 was a Chadwick Boseman tribute. And when I was on the list, I could just hit the hyperlink to eBay sales of the comic. Good luck with the show and Godspeed. Thank you, Patrick, for clarifying that. Yeah, we sometimes get confused. And we don't know what we're talking about. But we do our best.
I immediately looked at things. I was like, these aren't right. And then immediately did no research from that point.
Yes. Eric wants to know, hey, whatever happened to the Hero Initiative contest? Well, we suck and didn't get much of it done. We didn't really make it a lot of headway. We like to blame COVID for this and punt and say, we're going to try it again in 2021. So we'll rejigger the contest, relaunch it, and we take that $100, reinvest it in comics and sell comics throughout the year, and then invest profits back into Hero Initiative because we did a terrible job.
By all means, if y'all did it the right way, send us kind of your what happened at the end and how much you made, and if you want to restart it for this year, if you found it fulfilling and good stuff, because we are big proponents of the Hero Initiative, and we do want to make sure they get their money, and we do give them a real shot, and they deserve, a lot more work than we put in 2020, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah, we just got out of it, and got out of the habit, and then didn't get it taken care of. So we're going to try again and try to do a better job this time around in 2021. Mark wants to know, has DC's decisions and distribution changes, their future state lineup, some of the other decisions they've made, has that damaged them enough in your eyes or others that you think Image can take over the number 2 slot from them? Wow, that's I don't think so. I think when you look at, because Image hasn't, like if this was Image back in 2013, I might say, hey.
Not only would I say yes, possibly, but I'd probably root for them.
Yes, exactly. 2013, 2015, 2016, those years, Image was riding high, had lots of great titles. Most of those titles are gone, and they've replaced some with some. They've still got quality stuff, but they're nowhere near what they were. And so, although they probably are a solid number 3, DC's always going to be number 2, I think. Kyle?
Yeah, I get that DC's taken some hits and some slides, but I don't at all think they're even long-term hits. I think this future state is more of a, hey, we're going to do something, but it also gives them the ability to kind of pause and reflect on where they want to go with their future. In my mind, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So I don't see, in my mind, none of the things that they're doing now are any worse than some of the really dumb and bad stuff that our friends at Marvel did in the last couple of years either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think this is just par for the course as far as what a big two does when it's not hitting on all cylinders. So, I mean, unfortunately, DC's just not doing anything to excite me. They're, you know, not treating a lot of their comic shops great, and those are all things that I do not like and I do not like seeing. But none of it's enough to think that Batman can't live on as he always has.
True. True. What we wanted to do, because the Cowabunga deep discount comic order form came out for January, so these are things that we'll order now, and they'll be coming out in March. And we wanted to kind of go over some of those things. We're gonna split this up a little bit because it's so big, and I think this week we're going to talk about the DC Connect and the previews. I guess you can't call it DC previews anymore, but the DC Connect, which is DC previews basically. And we're going to just take a look at some of those. And we're looking at those. This is hot off the presses today for us. Just got them in. So we're looking at it for the first time. And we'll just see what DC is offering. And kind of follows up with that question, that person's question. What are they doing after Future State? And let's take a look at it right now. And nothing.
Yeah. Turns out we don't need to write home about these things.
Yeah, so there's an Infinite Frontier number 0. That looks kind of
neat.
neat.
It appears, from Infinite Frontier, the next phase of the DC universe starts here. So Infinite Frontier is kind of our jumping off point for the next phase of what they're doing. Because, of course, we're looking at January that's going to be coming out in March. So Future State is over.
Yeah.
January, February gives a glimpse into possible.
Yeah. So then I see a Batman Urban Legends, which is under this Infinite Frontier banner.
Yeah. Okay, but if we're looking at Infinite Frontier, we've got Scott Snyder, Jeff Johns, James Tynion, Joshua Williamson, Jeffrey Thorne, Philip Kennedy.
Johnson, you're talking
Michael
about
Bendis.
Yeah, the launch title. You're talking about the launch title. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the 0 issue. Like, we have everybody's on deck for writing and everybody's on deck for art for this. So it's just going to be a bunch of little tiny things. Also, this issue is the return of Stargirl. But okay, here's the thing that always bugs me. So this is your launch title. This is what you want everybody to buy going into the new stuff, right, Drew?
Yeah, sure.
Why the freaking crap is it $8?
Didn't they do like a 25 center before when they do stuff like this? So
yeah, I mean, if you're like, hey man, we're doing new and cool and awesome things, jump on with us. You can trust us. Oh, by the way, it's $8.
Yeah,
you made me mad.
So okay, so we've got Infinite Frontier. Then we're looking at Batman Urban Legends, which art looks pretty nice. Got some
art looks great.
Yeah, we had Chip Zdarsky writing Batman, Matt Rosenberg, Stephanie Phillips.
So why do we have 4 writers?
It's an anthology.
So again, we got 64 pages. We got again $8.
Yeah.
Batman may be the biggest name in Gotham, but there are a lot of other heroes and villains who will get a time to shine in Batman Urban Legends.
We've got.
So I see. Yeah, I was gonna say I see some dope Red Hood art, so that's cool.
Yeah. And then we got your boy James Tynion doing the Joker.
This I like.
It's a $5 book, 40 pages.
Which means that the cover B will be $6.
Yeah. Yes, there's going to be a Frank Quietly variant. There's going to be Tina 1 in 25 by Federica.
One thing that's dope is if you look at the Joker on the bottom left-hand side of the actual cover, it says also featuring Punchline. So it appears they're going to stick with that and Punchline going through, and she's even featured on a couple of the variant covers as well. So I like that they're pushing through well with Punchline, and she's not going to be just kind of left.
Yeah, depending on the price, I'm looking at that Frank quietly, and I'm thinking I might need to get that.
Yeah. Then we have Infinite Frontier Harley Quinn 52. This looks more murderous Harley, which I like.
Where did you see 52 at?
Huh?
You said Harley Quinn 52.
Sorry, number one.
Oh.
I was also getting ready to make a correlation between Infinite Frontier being essentially like the new version of New 52.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that's what it is? They're setting all these characters?
I assume, because that's the last time they were successful.
Oh, look at
Yeah, it looks like a new direction for Harley, so that's cool.
So look at the team variant by Yoshitaka Amano. Does that art style remind you of anyone?
You know, it looks almost like tattoo art style.
I was thinking Peach Momoka.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. People are trying to jump on the peach train
Yeah.
with the very stylistic. It's nice that they're giving, at the very least, artists the abilities to be like, all right, write this or draw this character's cover in your own style. Whereas for the longest time, everybody was just be a good artist and write it the way we want her to look, or draw it the way we wanted her to look.
Who's writing that Harley Quinn?
That is going to be Stephanie Phillips.
Oh, okay. I like her.
Yeah.
Suicide.
But so from the cover A, it looks kind of more adult oriented, more of maybe a not always good guy Harley. But they give us a peek into the internals, and I'm back to all AG Harley.
Oh, yeah, okay. We've got Suicide Squad #1 by Robbie Thompson. $3.99 book. All right.
Good to hear. We're back to Amanda Waller. We gotta. I mean, other than Talon, I don't know that I care about anybody else who's in this squad.
Yeah. Swamp Thing relaunch with Ram V. I don't think I like him. I think the stuff I've read by him I did not like that much, unfortunately. We have Teen Titans Academy. Are we gonna have some new Teen Titans here in this one by Tim Sheridan?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's try this. Welcome to the Teen Titans Academy, packed with both new, superpowered teens and numerous dark secrets. Teen Titan Academy students' body includes Shazam, a new Australian speedster, a trio of Gotham teens. I can't read because it's small. Obsessed with a bunch of Gotham teens obsessed with Batman, and one member of this first class will become the Deadly Red X.
Yeah. Interesting.
And we're going to get things like Nightwing, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg. So it looks like with Teen Titans Academy, we're essentially going Professor X and the Mutant Academy.
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
We have a regular Superman title that's returning with issue 29.
29's continuing on.
Who's the new...
Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Oh, okay. All right.
With Phil Hester on art.
That's cool. I can handle that.
With a backup by Sean Lewis.
Action also returning. The same guy gets to write both of them. All right. So Bendis gone. They've put him out to pasture, or maybe...
I'm hoping he's doing something of his own.
I hope he does something somewhere, yeah. And then who gets to do Batman? We're down to Batman 106.
James Tynion IV.
Still, come on. He had a good run.
And we're picking up on 106. We're continuing to go there. Jorge Jimenez on art on that. I like the art. The art looks really good.
So it looks like there's some spoilers in the Batman 106 synopsis. So don't read that if you want to enjoy.
Mariko Tamaki writing detective now.
Okay. And Dan Mora doing art interiors.
Dan Mora on art and cover. That's awesome.
Wow. If he's doing interior arts, he's going to be busy. He's not going to be able to do a lot of stuff, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
Yep. Jean Luan Yang on Batman Superman, continuing with 16.
And he hasn't done that before, right?
Yes.
He has been writing that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, he's new.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Get ready for the start of a new era, courtesy of writer Gino Yang and artist Ivan Rice.
And we're going to let Ram V do the Catwoman series, continue to do that. He's been writing it since
But
Joe.
Joel's going to do covers still.
Yeah.
And Frizen's going to do bees. So that's all good.
Let's see who's taking over Flash. It's Jeremy Adams. Not familiar.
Yeah.
And Brandon Peterson doing art and cover.
Yep, we're starting with the redemption of Wally West.
Justice League is going to be
Bendis, baby.
Bendis. There we go. He's found a spot. And Marquez doing the art.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing multiple backup stories.
Yeah.
No, we're doing a backup story by Ram V. Just one.
And Drew, I'm crying. I'm tearing up.
Why is that?
Just seeing it.
Why?
Nightwing, written by Tom Taylor.
Wow. Isn't that great?
Yeah. And so far, Bruno Redondo, not horrible on the cover eye. I like it. I'm in. I'm jumping.
Oh, I mean, it could be stick figures if Tom Taylor's writing it.
Yeah. You can write a flip book.
Yeah, I'll read that stuff. But yeah, it looks okay. He looks a little beefy. He's drawn a little beefy, but I don't care. I want to read what Tom Taylor has to say about that.
100%.
Becky Cloonan's taking over Wonder Woman with Michael Conrad, so co-writer, and Travis Moore doing the art. Jordi Belair doing a backup story in 770, awesome. So that'll be interesting. Like to see what she does with that.
100%.
Looks like we're going to continue to mine the Dark Knight's death metal mythos with Crime Syndicate #1. Andy Schmidt is taking over. Andy Schmidt, is that the guy from the Comics Training Academy? Comics Experience? That same?
I don't know.
He did all those panels at C2E2 on how to write comics, how to draw comics, that sort of thing.
Man, I don't know. Sounds right.
Got to be the same guy.
The Crime Syndicate is spinning out of Dark Knight's death metal, the Multiverse is Reborn, and Earth 3. So we're doing all kinds of crazy off-the-wall stuff with Crime Syndicate #1.
Yeah. Kernan McCown is doing the art. And let's see, cover Jim Chung, variant scan, and a backup story by Brian Hitch. We have Superman Red and Blue, a new miniseries. This is going to be John Ridley, Wes Craig, Brandon Easton, Dan Waters, and Marguerite Bennett.
They're considering it an anthology series. What do you think they mean by that?
Means everybody gets an issue.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. So we'll probably get a full Ridley issue, a full. Okay.
I would guess, yeah. So it could be really uneven, or great.
Or I was gonna say
Sensational Wonder Woman. Stephanie Phillips gets that book as well. So a lot of these creators are getting multiple books.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, is that the Eternal? Oh no, that's the different next book. Never mind. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I hope not. What is this? This is a trade paperback. The Mystery of the Meanest Teacher. A Johnny Constantine graphic novel.
Yeah. Constantine is the least character I would make.
All agey.
Yeah.
The rest of these, are these all just going to be trades now? Is that everything for ongoing comics?
Well, they can't be. I know they were paring down, but dang, dude.
That didn't seem like a lot, did it?
Yeah, I think we might get into the Black Label stuff here after a bit. Because we're in American Vampires 1976, number 6.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, and here we go. We have Black and White, number 4. So that's going to continue.
But let's just pause for a second.
Yes.
So that's all the mainline stuff then. We've seen all the DC proper books.
Yeah, So it looks like we've stopped with a lot of the tertiary stuff. We don't got any Batgirls. We don't got any Batman Beyonds. We don't have any
Red Hoods,
any Shazams.
Thank God we got Nightwing, man. We were probably lucky.
Yeah, and I'll bet he was right there on that Mendoza line.
Yeah.
So as far as main line's concerned,
It's thin.
that's not a ton.
No.
But hopefully they're leaning into black label stuff as well.
We've got Batman Black and White. You mentioned Chip's going to be writing some of this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Batwoman, Catwoman, Batman, Catwoman. I forgot that's still going on. Tom King's going to get to finish that off.
What was that? A 12 issue series or something?
That was
like
12. The Harley Quinn White Knight is the Sean Murphy book. He's got to finish that
There you
up.
go. Yeah, continue to give Sean Murphy his visionary stuff.
I forgot we're taking 2 months off and we have to get back into these again.
Yeah.
Batman versus Ra's al Ghul #5 by Neil Adams. I'm probably not going to read that. The Dreaming.
You have the Sandman book
Still around. I'm surprised about that. I'm surprised that made it back. Green Lantern season 2. I'm surprised still going.
Grant Morrison.
But Grant Morrison, yeah. Keep him happy if you can.
Yeah.
Joker Harley Criminal saying, wow, that thing's
But that's
still
the
going.
finale.
They couldn't have got that out before the break.
That's what I was just thinking.
Oh my goodness. So we're coming back for that final one. That's nuts. And a Looney Tunes title, Mad Magazine title still. Man Bat #2.
Man Bat 2. Maybe we'll get into more crap back here, but never mind.
This is a resolicit. This is because Man Bat's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're giving you a chance to. Oh, and it's a 5-issue miniseries now.
Oh, yep, I see there, 205.
Yeah. The other history of the DC universe. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish Rorschach. Forgot about that. We still got 7 issues of that left. Strange Adventures is still finishing up. There's 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, 9 of 12.
Sweet Tooth has a couple more left.
5 of 6. That's penultimate there.
And then we have Truth and Justice #2.
I don't think I even paid attention to 1.
I don't remember #1, so it must have snuck out.
Written by Brandon Easton. Well, it wouldn't be out yet. Well, maybe it would with the 2 months off. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, it probably should have already been out, I'm thinking. And then collecting Dark Knight's death metal specials.
Yeah, the Darkest Night's got its own trade paperback for $20. The Multiverse Who Laughs has its own trade paperback for $20.
Batman Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs gets a trade for $20.
Deceased.
Deceased gets a hardcover for $30.
Batman Creature of the Night. That's that Kurt Busiek book. That was really good. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Age Omnibus of Batman, the 8th one. This one is another $125 omnibus.
Then the trade paperback for the 3rd arc of Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, just a bunch of trades now. Trades and hardcovers.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to the end here without missing anything.
See if anything jumps out.
A lot of trades. A lot of hardcovers. It seems like more trades and hardcovers than normal for a month, but maybe not. But as far as comics go, we're finishing up some things that we had committed to over the summer. I see a lot of those miniseries wrapping up, and we're gonna let those run their course. It looks like the main line got pared down quite significantly.
Yeah.
And I am curious as to what happens. Are we going to be launching any new miniseries? Any other new series at all? Because it looks like a lot of this stuff is winding down, and it'll just be gone. So
so for me, what they're doing that's working is with Nightwing. I'm back in.
Yep.
Cover A, cover B, back in. They're also going to get me with Justice League Academy. Was it Justice League Academy?
Teen Titans Academy.
Teen Titans Academy.
Yeah.
Those are the two they're going to snag me with on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are
So
my
there
two
are some.
pre-orders.
Yeah, that's true. And there are, it's 7, 8, 10 comics per week. So for most of those weeks, so that's a solid release schedule. And we'll just see. We'll see when some of these miniseries ends. What's in the pipeline? Is there going to be anything, or are they just going to let them go?
And I'm actually very interested in this first arc of Batman coming out of this future state.
I don't think there's going to be any change at all.
Well, this is part one of a new thing, and it seems like a real demon or detective. It seems like a nice little. It seems like a good written story in my mind.
No, I think Nightwing will be significantly different.
Yes, I hope so. Please be different.
I would imagine Superman will be, but I think Batman's just going to continue whatever storyline he was working on with whatever happened in this Infinite Frontier.
I just have this weird feeling that Tinian was just waiting for this to have like a really good arc. That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, I think he's shot his wad, but
You shut up.
maybe he's got more in it. So yeah, that's pretty. That's a pretty solid new
I mean,
slate.
I like the paring down. I like the getting rid of trimming the fat. I like the refocusing our writers on the good stuff and being there for it.
Yeah, and when I look at the checklist on the back, it doesn't look as pared down as what I felt it was at first. There's still plenty. There's still plenty of comics here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easier to kind of focus on some of these things because I don't think they're going to get lost.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. All right, let's head over to the Hot 10 and see what was hot this week.
Oh, the stuff I'm already chasing, Drew.
Yeah.
We're heading over to our good friends at comicbookinvest.com. We're finding their Hot 10. Their Hot 10 for January the 8th, 2021. And, Drew, we're going to start where you and I said to start last week with our picks of the week. Star Wars The High Republic, number 1. This spot will inherit the cover A and B covers. Both are selling in large quantities, the $15 range. Cover C, the Hans, is selling for $30. So much for thinking this would be so abundantly ordered that supply would massively outweigh demand. So, like we said before, and actually, like I ran into this week, so I ran into I had a friend of mine going into our local LCS, and I was like, hey, when you're going in on Wednesday, when they open, grab me some extra Star Wars. And I handed him some cash. They had no Star Wars. They put 0 on the shelf.
At opening.
At opening
Yes.
on Wednesday, the day of release, they had 0 Star Wars for sale.
So that is a terrible LCS. That obviously said I'd rather put it on eBay than sell it to anybody in my store.
Yeah. Or they were the only LCS in the history of the world that did not see that Star Wars is hot right now.
That's also not possible.
Yeah. At rank 2, more of the same. Star Wars High Republic number 1. The incentive variants, the Sway 1 in 25 is selling for $70, and the Blanche 1 in 10 for $20. Star Wars Insanity is at full force, and this is prior to the store variants going live, which should happen this week. And I almost pulled the trigger on the 1 in 10. Yeah.
Well, it would have cost
Just
you
'cause
20.
we
It would
knew
have cost
this
you
would be-
20 to get the 1 in 10.
Yeah, but I mean, I almost pulled the trigger just because I knew these would be crazy. At rank 3, more Star Wars, but this time from our good friends at the old Dark Horse ones. We have Dawn of the Jedi, Force Storm, number 1, the second print, rose from 50 to 350 this week. I know some of you are hating all this Star Wars stuff week after week, but the market is not going to slow down on Star Wars at all. That's crazy. At rank 4, we have crossover number 3, the Todd McFarlane foil, 1 per store variant, over $100. Cool spawn cover, throw in foil, and then add in a good story, and that's how you end up with a 3-figure variant. At rank 5, Iron Man 2021, number 5, the Frank Cho 1 in 25 variant. Doing very well, especially considering all the Eternals covers and High Republic. It's hitting $60 to $70 pretty regularly. Those that like Cho probably really like this cover.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice.
And more Star Wars. Star Wars 2021, that's the current issue. So this is the one that just came out from the actual Star Wars line. The issue number 10, the Terry Dodson 1 in 25 variant. $50 to $70, not surprising as it is likely this one wasn't heavily ordered, and it's a very nice Leia cover. Rank 7, we have America number 1, the action figure variant by our good friend John Tyler Christopher. A 9.8 sold in November for $66. Now they're selling for $60 to $100 raw, and that's only if you can find them.
Was this like a 1 in 10, or was this just an independently orderable one?
I think that was independently orderable.
Yeah, interesting.
Something is Killing the Children number 5. Our good friend James Tinney IV. It was about a $50 book last week, and now it is pushing $90. This series continues to be amazing.
I gotta dump these. I don't know why I still have them. I gotta go through my box and pull those things out because it can't. This can't last, right?
No, it can't. The Paybacks number 1, Dark Horse book by Donnie Cates.
I remember that.
No spoilers on the reason why this has jumped out of the dollar bins, but I can see it heading back to the dollar bins. So our good friends at Comic Book Invest do not have faith in the spike here. And a new Usagi Yojimbo, number 16, the John Centilauco 1 in 10 variant, going for $40 to $50. These Usagi Yojimbo variants keep doing very well. Gorgeous covers, likely low print runs, and people keep buying them up. Our honorable mentions, we have the Imperial Valley Comic Con 2020 number 3, limited to 125. In November, this sold for $75. In December, around $125 to $150, and now for over $250. A Virgin 9.8, capped at 100 issues, sold for $850 as well. Can't imagine why anybody would want this thing.
It's Boba. That's why.
Boba can do no wrong. And the neat little things they like to feature, we have Tom Mix Comics number 9. There are only 5 graded copies on the census, and only 1 graded sale in the past 5 years, when a 5.5 sold for $36. A raw, very fine copy sold this week for $1,500. That's definitely a bar fight going bad. Nice little bar fight on the cover there.
Fantastic. Now, hot off the presses, we do have an FOC email from the good folks at Cowabunga and Deep Discount Comics. Kyle, do you have that ready, or do you want me to take it?
You take it real quick, because I did not pull the legit email up yet.
Yes, so it does have some ordering notes here for you because of the MLK Junior holiday on Monday the 18th. DC Comics that would normally be due on the 17th will now be due on this Thursday, the 14th. So we've got DC Comics are due this Sunday, the 10th. Everything else Monday, the 11th. And then also DC again on the 14th. Those things that would be due on Monday, the 18th are now due Sunday the 14th, not Thursday the 14th. Is that what he's saying? No, I think he meant Thursday the 14th. Yes, Thursday the 14th. Woo! Anyway, so some of the items that Eric's selected for us. The Future State Harley Quinn, 1 of 2, is going to do a second print already. The Future State Wonder Woman, number 2 of 2. Jenny Frison cardstock variant. Looks very nice. The Future State Justice League, number 2 of 2. The Kale and Goo cardstock variant. Lovely. It's a $7 book, but whatever. Batman Catwoman number 3 is a Jim Lee Scott Williams variant cover, and it looks very nice. And then Last Ronin, TMNT The Last Ronin number 2 of 5. Gorgeous cover. Who's the red? Who's the red? That Raphael.
Yes, indeed.
He looks
With his size.
he looks awesome.
But if this is the last Ronin, I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I think it's a different thing.
A different thing. Okay. And then we have Deep Beyond number 1. It's a 12-issue miniseries from Image Comics by Mirko Andolfo, David Goy, and Andrea Briccardo. So a new Image series. We're going to do a Spawn Compendium, Volume 1. This is a new edition of the compendium, and it's normally $60. You can get it for $35. Get some Spawn. Then we have that amazing Spider-Man with that great cover that we liked so much. That web cover.
55.
Yeah, it's going to second printing, and the cover is just as cool, just a little bit like a negative relief of that. It looks a little different.
Call it the red cover.
Yeah, and then there's a 1 in 50 version of that second printing that is black and white pencils of that cover that you can also get for $100. Star Wars High Republic number 2 is on this FOC, and I think you should buy it.
Yes.
And then we have Redemption number 1 from Deodato Jr. from Artists, Writers, and Artisans. Chris Faust and Mike Deodato. We like their stuff. They normally do really well, so you should probably check this out. Another publisher we like a lot, Aftershock, has Maniac of New York number 1 from Elliot Kalan and Andrea Muti. So offered as well. It looks pretty darn good also. So those are the 15, 12 books that Eric selected. Is there anything left for us to talk about?
Must be a heck of an FOC.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll see if we can find anything in this FOC our own. Of course, we've got a bunch of second printings from DC. Future State, Next Batman number 1 going to a second print, number 2 going to a second print, Dark Detective number 1 going to a second print, Harley Quinn going to a second print, Future State Wonder Woman going to a second print, Swamp Thing going to a second print.
Yeah.
And it looks like, I think that's the same art, but I don't. No, it doesn't. I don't think that is the same art now that I look at it.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Well, they don't usually do that, right?
Yeah, because so Future State Next Batman number 1 of 4 has the name on it. And I don't think they did that, did they? Or was that just they're just redoing one of the other C covers or something?
Yeah, Are you surprised this many are going into second printings?
Yeah, I thought this was a bust and nobody cared.
Yeah, I'm also pleasantly surprised. So I'm happy.
And it looks like they're going very thematic with these second prints. Like all these second prints have the same theme, and it's your character and your silhouette and your 3 shot of them. So these may be something to buy and for a penny and for a pound. But we do have. I mean, they may have just thought of. They were like, "Oh, no matter what, we're going with the second print because we have a cool theme." And if that's the case, then you may want to buy these because the print run will be tiny because nobody cares.
Yeah, that's possible. We have DC Love is a Battlefield one shot, and Man Bat number 1. So we were just talking about Man Bat. I could have swore it was already out, so I got confused there. It's actually coming out February 2nd. Right in the midst of all this Future State stuff. So for some reason I thought they were not doing anything besides Future State, so I was a little off there.
I kind of thought the same thing. Like at one point, the press releases we're going to put our books on hold and do Future State.
Yeah. We get the 5th Rorschach as well. and some trades and dreaming. And then we have another batch of DC comics that for the next FOC, which are more future states. No second printings here in this batch that I can see.
No, none.
And an American Vampire, Batman, Catwoman, the 11th Green Lantern, season 2, and that's about it. And Sweet Tooth, number
Sweet
4.
Tooth
So
46, yeah.
so all those Black Label-ish books are going to continue. For some reason I got a little confused there. I apologize for that.
And those are your books that are due on the Thursday, the 14th.
Yes. Probably ought to just, put them all in at the same time.
Get them all done this weekend.
Yeah. Now that puts DC to bed.
Yes.
So
Matt Kent writing Fear Case, because we're here in our Dark Horse books.
Oh, really?
A no-nonsense Secret Service agent and his new age partner investigate a mysterious box known as the Fear Case, which has appeared throughout history at sites of disasters and tragedies.
Wonder what his new age partner means.
Yeah.
Is that like a supernatural thing, or is that just like a different, like he's an old school and he's a new school type of guy?
Yeah.
I might check this out. This sounds kind of good.
Yeah, because from the three different covers, it looks like we just got a young guy and an old guy.
Okay. That makes sense then. Chained to the Grave. That's Brian Level, Kate Sharon. It's an IDW book about the outlaw Roy Mason who has come back from the dead, chained to the headstone that marked his grave.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's kind of cool. Another Liefeld, Snake Eyes, Dead Game.
Okay, Drew. Here we have some craziness.
Okay.
So we have Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, an IDW series spinning out of the same High Republic timeline that we're getting with the hottest books around.
Okay.
But your average Star Wars person isn't going to probably notice these IDW releases.
Well, or they're not even going to know the difference.
Correct. And we may get some different first appearance characters in these ones.
Or
So here's another jumping off point.
I wonder how much that 1 in 10 is. The Yale Nath version. I can't tell. 10 copy incentive. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I think I'm going to get one.
I would assume it's $20 because that's what the TMNT 10 copy incentive is.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make my order as we're going down here, and I'm going to say I want 3 of those.
You want 3 of those?
I want 3 Star Wars High Republic Adventures #1 from IDW.
And I want 1 because I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Now look at that. Look at that last Ronin.
Yep.
So that's not Raphael on the cover?
Did you read Last Ronin #1?
No.
Okay. Read that, and then we'll talk.
Oh, okay. So it's a spoiler?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Ooh, Transformers Beast Wars. I was never into the Beast Wars stuff. It's very all-agey. It's a very softer version of mine.
Oh, was it?
My Transformers, yeah.
So there's a lot of Momoka covers, Peach Momoko covers on this.
Okay, yeah, we're down into Image, and we're in Deep Beyond #1, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. And then also a Stefan Sejic cover for that. I love that. He's awesome.
Yeah, and in Deep Beyond, we are in an underpopulated future Earth devastated by the dire consequences of the Millennium Bug. The survival of mankind and maybe the planet itself is handled by a small number of people, talented scientists who, despite the adverse situation and the stupid feuds that continue to divide the small number of people still alive, try to understand and study what is hidden in the depths of the abyss. Something mysterious and dangerous, which could eventually cause an even worse and more destructive catastrophe. Are they underwater or are they in space?
Yeah, I don't know. Now, the incredibly hard to
They're
find
underwater.
graphic fantasy number one, which is the real first appearance of Savage Dragon from long, long ago in the early days of Image. It's an 1982 fanzine, and you can see him on the cover there. They're giving you a facsimile edition of this because you're not going to be able to find this very many
Yeah.
places, and it's very expensive if you do find it. So I think that's kind of cool that they're doing
I
that.
like them jumping on the facsimile train.
Yeah, I think it's kind of nifty. We got a slew of image firsts for Ascender number one, Bitter Root one, Die one, Philadelphia number one, Mirko and Dolfo, Mercy one, Old Guard, and Undiscovered Country. All their first issues. Get the dollar treatment. I'm assuming they're still $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And of course, the glorious Walking Dead number 8. Only 3 covers, Kyle.
Only 3. We've gone down a little bit. It's time for
Yep.
another spike here soon.
Pretty disappointing.
I apologize.
What do you think about the second printing of that Amazing Spider-Man?
They are. It's a cool. I mean, I like I like the art on the first print better, but it'll sell. That's for darn sure.
Think it will.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't think people will pick up the red?
I don't know. Maybe.
So, Drew, we have the Avengers Mech Strike number 1. So, we've turned the Avengers into Voltron.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But do we care about the first appearance of any of these suits? Probably not.
I don't know. Now, do we have a? Are we doing a timeless Hawkeye? Is that what I'm seeing on that Avengers? Or did we already do a timeless Hawkeye?
Oh, we're just doing sketches now.
Well, the Virgin. No, there's the Virgin. It's very nice.
Well, yeah, we've already had that one, I think.
Have we?
Yeah. That or they all blend together now.
That's quite possible. We could be doing another round of these.
We have to do 3 or 4 before we're getting into our boy Moon Knight.
He would be in this round. If he would be in the Hawkeye round, damn it.
Yeah.
King in Black, Black Knight. I don't. These all blend together. I have no idea what they are. We could King in Black Gwenom versus Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
King in Black Marauders. King in Black Return of the Valkyries. I have no idea what any of them are. We are milking that cow, man. We're gonna just suck the life out of that IP.
So, Drew, we have Star Wars High Republic number 2, right?
Yes.
Well, there's a variant that's got a $40 price tag on it, right?
By my girl.
By your girl Ashley Witter.
Yep. I'm not buying a $40.
Okay, just
Yeah,
making sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, and I can't see the cover anyway. So.
But we know it's going to be good.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, you have all those Afra covers that I didn't get, and they were just independently orderable, I think.
Mm. I just meant because it's your girl. She's gonna do a good job.
Yeah, well, I got you. On the regular Star Wars cover, we should probably start paying a little bit of attention to the mainline title again.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we got Wedge Antilles in here, Shara Bay. There's a Lando Calrissian appearance in this issue. Uh, all of these characters garner respect in the back market for a lot of these things. We've got
Mm-hmm.
a Max Rebo action figure variant for Star Wars 11 as well. Um, it's
We're not being shown the Diane Moore.
so I mean, might be time to start start picking these up again if you dropped off like I have.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have we have nonstop Spider-Man #1, a die cut variant, and your boy Joe Kelly's the writer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and Dale Eaglesham, who did the Shazam series, is doing the
Mm-hmm.
inside art with Chris Bacalo. We have classified, not classified. We have classified as the synopsis. Now I'm not loving this cover art, but that's probably because it's a die cut. Like, is
Yeah.
it literally a die cut? So that would like the cover would come out, and that would still be like there's a cut around that Spider-Man. I'm guessing.
Yeah. If you can see, you can click it down at the bottom. There's two versions of the cover. So I
Oh, I see what
assume.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Okay, now it's a little cooler. Um,
Yeah.
but Joe Kelly, that was like he did an awesome run of Deadpool that made me
Yeah.
like Deadpool.
Yep. He's a
Um,
great writer on that.
is this something that is of interest? Do you think? Remember how many printings did Joe Kelly's Deadpool go through?
That first one went to like 10 prints. It was crazy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, that's an option. All right, that does it all for Marvel on this one. Talked about redemption already from artists, writers, and artisans. Oh wow, Last Witch went to a second print from Boom.
Spectre and Spectres. Uh, that's great. That's a great. I love that title. Um, it has that all agey art style with Bo and McCurdy art in the cover, but I mean I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a Boom book to me. It's something I'll check out for sure.
Jenny Frison doing Luna #1 above those. I mean, she's got a variant, I should say. It's not actually her book. For fans of Faithless and Die, come a new dark thriller from acclaimed writer and artist Maria Lovett about a young woman named Teresa who's plagued by prophetic dreams that connect her to something powerful, something divine.
If you've ever been to a Comic Con where Greg Capullo has been tabling, his lines are ridiculous, and you don't want to wait in them. So for $37, you can just get the Joker 80th anniversary signed by Capullo,
Hey,
and not have to wait in any lines if you ever go to a con again. Anyway,
yeah. What are these cons you speak
so that's really tempting
of?
because it is a pain to try to get a Capullo signature.
Yeah.
Too damn popular.
Skipping some dynamite stuff.
Back down to oh, that was that
What?
Maniac of New York that Eric had singled out by Aftershock. It looks pretty good. Yeah, Oni Press putting out yet another Rick and Morty one shot. And I believe that's all I have. But wow, there's some good stuff in here.
Yep.
After some crappy FOCs the last couple of weeks.
Yep. And put me in for a Star Wars High Republic #2. I don't think I ever ordered the mainline title #2 on that one.
You want 14 copies of that?
No.
Just one?
3 of the IDW series,
Yep.
#1, and 1 of the #2 from the mainline.
Sounds good. And four Ashley Witters.
Yeah. Cannot afford.
Yeah, so that's some good stuff in there. And, yeah, pretty cool. Now, Cover Price has done a great job of scouring the eBay sales and putting together a top 10 and a bottom 10 of the hottest selling secondary market comics. Kyle, you want to take the top 10 or the bottom 10?
I will go ahead and start us off with the top 10. And wait, am I starting at 1 again? I forget how we do this.
I think we went down to number 1, so you could do it 1 to 10 again.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 55. Of course, this is the hot cover we talked about. You could pre-sale and get a 9.8 CGC, and those are $200. That's crazy.
That's not...
289 copies moved on the secondary market.
Okay, so that changes my mind about that FOC for the second print.
Yeah.
Then I'm definitely getting one.
There you go. At rank 2, we have Captain America #1, the 1996 iteration. There's a variant. And yep, the variant for this book that littered 25-cent bins for years moved 24 copies and had a high sale of almost $22 for a raw.
Wow, that's weird.
And boy, is it ugly.
What's the deal?
We'll get to that at rank 3. Captain America #1 from 1996. As noted above, Ricky Barnes' heat is strong. However, other sites who jumped on this news had it wrong, causing this issue to move 84 copies with a 7-day trend of 349% and a high sale of $250 for CGC 9.8. Now here's the kicker. Many other places have claimed Captain America #1 as the first Ricky Barnes. However, she first appeared in Wizards Heroine Reborn 1-2.
Half.
On the
half issue.
Is it half or is it 1 and 2?
No. Heroes Reborn number
Half.
1/2, yeah.
Okay. Both on the cover and almost every page within, which was printed 2 months before Captain America #1 in September of 1996. Captain America #1 was released in November of 96. Granted, some of the debate that will come up surrounding this will be how it was a mail-away order from Wizard Magazine #61. So it really depends on how long it took Wizard to fulfill those orders. However, with that said, many collectors most likely hand this in hand before the November issue of Captain America. It's also worth noting that this half issue also had a platinum variant. So there you have it. If you have Ricky Barnes on your bingo list for 2021, you win a square on that tile.
That is a convoluted and complex formula there, and I hated those wizard things, man.
Yeah.
Hated them.
At rank 4, we have the Nomad Girl Without a World #1 from 2009. Recently, Marvel scooper Roger Wardell reappeared on Twitter to share some Falcon and Winter Soldier speculation, specifically on how actress Erin Kellyman may be secretly playing the role of Ricky Barnes, who is Bucky's granddaughter, which will eventually lead her to taking on the Nomad mantle. Keep in mind, this is all very unconfirmed. However, that didn't stop sales from catching fire, helping her first appearance as Nomad, though she kind of had a cameo at the end of Onslaught Reborn #5, where she crossed over into our world, which is where this series picks up from. In this issue, to move 20 copies, $30 for a raw. Boy, does this character sound super convoluted and hard to figure. Jeez.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, at rank 5, we have Amazing Spider Man 365 from 1992. Wow, this first preview appearance of Spider Man 2029 or 2099 has taken off recently. Collectors are prepping for Into the Spider Verse 2, moving 49 copies, a CGC 9.8 going for $265.
We're holding, right?
We're holding on 2099, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, we're holding until Into the Spider Verse 2 comes out.
No, sell now, because if it turns out he's not in it, you've got nothing.
Yeah,
And he's a quarterback again.
He's gonna be in it.
But is there anything to him?
Well, was there anything to Miles?
Yes. Kid that wears
What's the
Jordans,
difference?
Puerto Rican and black kid from New York. He's an awesome character.
Well, so is 2099.
Okay, give me anything about him.
Well, I'm ready.
He's from 2099. Gotcha.
He's a cool character. I like them all, man. I like Spider Gwen.
You're a big Spider Ham guy.
Most of the I am now
Yeah,
with Mulaney doing it.
Yeah, Mulaney doing it. Yeah, you can get out of rehab. At rank 6, we have the Mighty Avengers 13 from 2008. There are loose rumors. Nobody even knows where they originated from. That the Secret Avengers will appear in the MCU. This issue contains the first appearance of the Secret Warriors, though there are several different versions, so it's unknown which team this rumor is favoring. The rumor spread enough to move 45 copies of this, and a 9.6 going for $100.
Crazy.
Boy, people are grasping at straws at the moment.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 55, the Pat Gleason Virgin exclusive. Almost $200 for a raw on this one. It was limited to 2,500 copies. 20 sold. Ugh, man, this cover's awesome. Spider-Verse #1, the Nyuk Walmart variant, still sealed. While this issue featured the first full appearance of Spider-Zero, it's simply the awesome cover featuring some of the hottest Spider-based characters. While we wouldn't call these Walmart exclusives rare, they have been selling very well, with most collectors buying the sealed 3-pack, moving 35 copies, $35 for a sealed set. And these came out in 2019. At rank 9, the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes 29, the second print. This features the first cover appearance of War Widow. However, the current market heat is around its second print scarcity, $60 for raw. And at rank 10, Ultimate Marvel Team Up #5, when the Ultimate Universe modeled their Nick Fury on Samuel L. Jackson, it just worked perfectly. So when it came to casting Nick Fury for the MCU, there was only one very obvious choice. What's surprising is how long it took this first appearance of Ultimate Nick Fury to trend. It sold 13 copies and had a 7-day trend of up 344% and $400 for a CGC 9.8. Keep in mind, Samuel L. Jackson's likeness wasn't really used until Ultimates #2.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's weird that it took that long for anybody to catch on or to make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Number 11, the Mighty Thor #1. This is, if you haven't heard, the immensely respected masked rapper MF Doom died in October, and this hip-hop cover honors his 2004 Mad Villainy Soul studio album with Madlib. So there you go. That's why it's hot. And Amazing Spider-Man 55, the Nick Schumacher 1 in 10 variant. This is a PS5 game variant. Had some nice boosts from Pat Gleason's hot cover. But this 1 in 10 variant sold just 35 copies and sold $20 for a raw copy. And it was a 1 in 10. So the cover A is outselling the 1 in 10. That's awesome. Daredevil 25 still charting with the Elektra as Daredevil. It sold 32 copies and at a high sale of $40 for a raw copy.
Hung on longer than I thought.
Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #8. This is great cover. A long undervalued classic cover is officially no longer undervalued. Market price have spiked. It's moving really well. It had a high sale of $550 for a CGC 98.
How many of this book do you think you've touched in your life? Different books, different times you've held number 8.
50.
50, yeah.
Spider
You were
Verse.
selling full sets of that Secret Wars
Oh yeah.
time and time again.
Spider Verse number 8 or number 1. The Todd Knock Walmart variant, sealed Walmart pack landed on our top 10 this week, mostly due to many sellers flipping them in those packers. However, grading them is the way to go, as seen by this week's high sale of $185 for a CGC 98. It's a great
Darn.
cover and also features the first appearance of Spider Zero. Fantastic Four 353 comes in at rank 16 from 1991. This is the first appearance of Mobius M. Mobius, who will be played by Owen Wilson in Loki. And this sold $66 for a Near Mint Plus raw copy. Icon number 1, the collector's edition, polybagged edition. That's cool. This Icon is back in the mix again. This is development news surrounding Static. This sold 19 copies and had a high sale of $300 for the CGC 98. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, number 2, from Behemoth Comics. This creepy variant is incredibly hard to find. Collectors turn to online sales, helping move 17 copies with a 7-day trend of 160% and $30 for a raw. Daredevil 181, the amazing 181. I love this comic. It's amazing how low prices hit with this death of Elektra. Her recent appearance as Daredevil brought renewed attention to her first appearance. It sold 10 copies and had a high sale of $175 for a CGC 98. It's a classic key, man. That should be worth that forever. At rank 20, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes number 40, the Stormbreakers variant from 2020. This is a 1 per store variant. So it's $30 for a raw, and I'm sick of 1 per store variants. I'm never going to get them.
Yeah, yeah, so they're irrelevant to us.
They were low. Those and secret variants both drive me crazy.
Although I like the 1 per store variants because they're usually being given for free to store comic shops, giving them the opportunity to make a pretty good bit of money off of them.
I guess.
Gotcha.
Sure, why not? More the merrier.
That's right. So from that and all of our other speculation stuff, we're going to head on into our sneak peek at next week. And Drew, we're going to have an easy time with our DC titles from UCS.
I don't know. A lot to look over here. Four trades.
Yeah, there are no floppy comics and a total of 5 trades.
All right.
So
We Found a Monster, Heroes in Crisis, Birds of Prey, Batman the Chalice, and 100 Bullets Omnibus. Okay.
So I'm officially saying do not go in on Tuesday to your LCS.
No reason.
No reason whatsoever. But let's head on over to some of our other publishers and see what Wednesday's releases have for us. Let's start with Image.
Nice to see an issue of A Man Among Ye coming out. Little delayed. It's supposed to be a July comic. So I enjoyed the first 3 very much. So I'm looking forward to this one.
There you go. W. Maxwell Prince, writer of Ice Cream Man, has come out with another freak show book of his. Haha, coming out. We have 3 covers on that one. One of them being a blank one about a crazy clown. That's going to give me nightmares, so I'm not reading that.
Yeah, I think all 6 of them are about different types of clowns, and they're different creators that are coming in on it. So it's going to have a different art style in each one. It's weird.
Crossover 2 going to a second print. Looks like they've just recolored, so that's cool.
You used to give DC
Department
crap
of
about
Truth
that.
number 1 going to a third, number 2 going to a second, number 3 going to a second, all on Department of Truth.
Take a good long look at the. Well, yeah, you can just skip over Dark Horse and IDW, I think, unless you're seeing something there.
Nope. Moving on.
Yeah. But let's take a long look at Amazing Spider-Man covers. Um, the Mark Bagley. It's good, solid. Is this does this do anything for you, Kyle? Last time you were right.
Yeah.
So is that is
When
that
it
an
jumps out, it
investable?
jumps out.
Just not quite the same, right? Not quite.
Not quite the same. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna believe you next time, though.
You'd think you'd catch on by now, Drew.
Yeah. The Captain America facsimile edition is 354. First U.S. agent, and not as interesting to me. Also,
Gwen Stacy enters the fray against the King in Black in King in Black Gwenom versus Carnage. Boy, her costume is ugly as Gwenom compared to how awesome and unique it is as Spider Gwen. Or no,
yeah.
she's not Spider Gwen anymore. She's what the heck is she?
Ghost Spider.
Ghost Spider. Yeah, Ghost Spider. Boy, I hate that too.
We have the Star Wars Darth Vader #9, and we're back on
The Assassin
Mustafar.
returns.
Looks pretty good. I tell you, I was on Mustafar with in my virtual reality game.
Oh, and your Oculus, nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was very
Was
cool.
it hot?
A lot of lava happening.
Was it really that impressive to have the high ground?
It was. It was so good. And that's a great Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back cut variant with Chewbacca and C-3PO. I do not think we had access to this cover back when it was FOC'd,
Yeah.
but I like that a lot. Chris Sprouse doing that cover. Chewie and 3PO. Yeah, I don't remember that. I think I would have picked that up. Anything else tickle your fancy?
Nope, I'm digging through the back half stuff, the smaller publishers.
You're all the way down there.
Yep.
What's Ascenia? That's Wake Entertainment. Okay,
Yeah.
Ascenia. It's ASCENCIA. It's from Wake Entertainment, and it's 150 years in the future. The city of Ascenia towers above its sister city Bethany in perpetual dominance. It's written by John Dolmayan with art by Tony Parker. Interesting.
We also have Serial #1 from Abstract Studios, written by Terry Moore. Um, this is a new series featuring Zoe from Rachel Rising in 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So it won't be her first appearance, but it'll be her first series. And from the artist Derek Robertson of The Boys comes Space Bastards #1 from Humanoids Incorporated. $6
$6. You're
Humanoids.
killing me.
Boy, that's it.
Man, I hate to do this, Kyle, but I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't like clowns enough to pick that haha book, so I'm going to go with the Darth Vader #9B. I really like Chewie and 3PO on the cover,
Yep.
and Star Wars are hot, so I'm going to mind that one more time.
Yep. And I am going to flounder because there is nothing that I care at all about.
I mean,
Jeez.
the haha is an opportunity. You don't like clowns either, though.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna pick this up and just get a goosebumps and a shiver run down their spine and put it right back. Interesting.
You feel any confidence in Gwenham?
That's the other one I'm leaning at right now. Yeah, King in Black, Gwenham versus Carnage, number one.
You okay with the A cover?
Yep, I like the A cover the best of them. Not a big week, but maybe y'all can find something
Yeah,
in
you
this
never know.
week that we are missing. So this is your opportunity to send us an email, find us on Twitter, Instagram, and say, wait, there was some buried treasure in this release week, and you best get it. Because we unfortunately have been unable to uncover it. But we've tried. So be part of the podcast. Make sure you write in and tell us what's going on here. If you or maybe even agree with a couple of things that we picked up, tell us that too. We'd love to hear it. We thank you so much for joining us. For Drew and for myself, see you.